About roughly a year ago, I came across this video. A trailer for a game called Motorslice. I'd never heard of this game, or the studio before, and despite the teaser having been released in 2024, the YouTube algorithm had just barely recommended this video to me. Needless to say, having looked at more of the channel's videos and all the trailers, I was hooked. From my perspective, it looked like Shadow of the Colossus and Mirror's Edge were put into a blender, and they added just a pinch of hack and slash action into it. I subscribed to regular studios and told myself that when I eventually got a PC, this would be the first game I would play. Fast forward a year later, and the game not only got a release date of May 5th, but it was also getting ported to consoles as well. And I jumped at that opportunity as soon as I did. I played through the game, and I gotta say, I have some thoughts. Some good, and some bad. Well, bad depending on how you look at it, really. But we'll get there in due time. For now, put on your orange jumpsuits, change out your saw chains, the chain that you put on the chainsaw, and lubricate your motors as we talk about Motorslice. Our journey begins with Slicer P, or P for short, as she's sent on a mission to locate and eliminate a megastructure and any machines that get in her way. And I'm gonna put this out right now. I have no idea what the heck a mega/alpha structure is, but that's what they call it, so that's what I'm calling it. They don't really explain it at all in this game. Actually, as a matter of fact, there's really not a lot that they explain in this game. It's all more subtle storytelling. I mean, the only things we get is that it can change the layout of the structures you're on to better stop or kill you. It's imperative to locate it and destroy it, and that failure is forbidden. And no, that's it. That's the plot. Get in, climb, swing, and slice your way to the top of this thing. It's very vague with the story, but hey, it's fine. I'm used to games having little to no story. I've played Sonic the Hedgehog, I've played Mario. I know what I'm getting myself into with these kinds of games. But is the gameplay fun? Yes and no. Well, let me explain, it's a little difficult. Like I said, you will run, jump, climb, slice, and swing your way to the top of the structure to complete your mission and destroy all machines. There is combat sprinkled in here and there from time to time, but it's nothing really complex. We're not talking God of War, Devil May Cry, Sonic Unleashed levels of combat. This is more of the Mario 64 1, 2, 3 combo punch. Which is why I mean it's fun, and not fun at the same time. Fun, because the parkour movements are nice, smooth, and responsive. Like, no, seriously, this is really fun. There was never a time while playing that I was blaming the game for my deaths, which I did a lot of in this game. But that was because of me not being able to react fast enough. But it's also not fun because what do you mean I have a chainsaw the size of the Buster Sword but I can't do anything besides slice 3 times with it and do a charge slice? Please let me do something cooler with this! Side note, dying in this game is actually pretty brutal in my opinion. You'll die from falling, getting yourself sliced, or getting crushed, and it's all low polygonal gore essentially. But at the same time, it's also fitting, considering that the human body would get crushed like a can if it fell from a large height. But anyway, moving on. The game is divided into 9 chapters, well, 10 if you want to be technical about it, each with their own set of challenges and enemies that you will have to face and overcome in order to take down this monolith. First is Chapter 0, see what I mean? The standard introduction level that will teach you how to run, jump, swing, climb, wall run, and as this game calls it, Motorslice, your way through. It will also teach you the combat and the parrying that you'll be doing for the rest of the game, as well as demonstrating how to rescue lost orbs found in the level. And again, I'm just going to say this now because I have nowhere else to put it, I barely went out of my way to find these little fellas. They do serve a purpose. They act as a damage sponge, allowing you to take an extra hit. Yet, if I had to describe it, think how Diddy Kong works in the Donkey Kong Country series. But I didn't find this game that hard combat-wise, so I didn't bother with them. After that introduction, you reach Chapter 1, or Area 1, whichever you prefer to call it. City. It has mini excavators and these floating buzzsaw launchers, and that's it. Excluding the bosses, these are the only enemies you'll be fighting throughout the whole game. Well, there is one more enemy, but I'll talk about that when we get there. For now, City, the real opening level. Enemies everywhere, lots of hurdling and going in and out of dark buildings. Thank God this game gives you a flashlight, because this game does get dark, literally. The first boss for this area is a large dump truck. Perfectly harmless boss. It's used to teach you how you'll be dealing with these things for the rest of the game. This is what I mean, it's like Mirror's Edge and Shadow of the Colossus had a baby, because you climb these things to kill them. While simple, it is cool. Defeat the boss and the invisible barrier lets you proceed to the next area. This is true for pretty much every single boss you fight. Following City is Canal, a dam that's holding back cement that later on breaks and fills the canal with said cement. You'll be jumping across the canal, back and forth, making your way to your next target, a helicopter squid? Well, that's what it looks like at least. It throws large blades at you, which you can parry and launch back at it. After that, you slice it down for the first half and then chase it down for the second half. Really not a hard boss either. The only challenge here is that on the second phase you have to chase it, but again, not a problem. After Canal is Falls, an area filled with a lot, and I mean a lot of sand. So much sand, in fact, that they even make a Star Wars reference, followed immediately by someone's foot fetish. Oh, yeah, I almost didn't mention this. Along the way, you'll come across a prompt, slack off. It's essentially a break in gameplay where P gives her thoughts about the situation. It has this choose your own dialogue option, which do give different results, but see, here's the thing. She's talking to you, or rather, she's talking to the orb. The orb doesn't have any way of communicating with you as far as I can tell, so how does she understand what you're saying? Is it a transmission? Is it Morse code? Telepathy? They don't really explain it. Where was I? Falls! Sand everywhere. It's here where they introduce a new enemy, the... Yeah, that. The boss for this level is this thing. I have no idea what this is. It looks like the turret from TF2 and the Metal Gear from... well, Metal Gear had a baby. Anyway, you climb it and slice it down. Another pretty simple boss. The only challenge here is making sure you don't get stomped on. Well, stomped on and making sure you don't fall, but again, pretty simple. Following Falls is Overpass, a highway filled with everything. Mini excavators, the hovering buzzsaw squids, and the road rollers. It's here where they introduce a new hazard, landmines. So now you have to be careful where you step, because if you don't, yeah, that. And if you think, oh, maybe I can cheese these mines by hopping on and off, you know, like one would do in any other video game, no you can't. One single polygon is all it takes for you to... Yeah, you get the idea. The boss for this area is a giant 3-crane truck. It drives between these two stretches of highway. You parry one of the cranes, climb it, and begin to slice it down. Not another challenging boss. I think the only challenge here is being able to get onto the machine. After that is Pillars, an area full of vertical pillars. Well, yeah. This area is so vertical, you're going to be doing a lot of climbing. There's not much to say about this place other than the large vertical pillars really make you feel small. At least that's how I felt. The boss for this area is a double bucketed, is that the right word? Double bucketed excavator that you have to lower into one of the pillars in order to stun it. You then climb it and slice it down from top to bottom. I will say this boss is really aggressive. Throughout the whole time you're cutting it down, it's still bashing its buckets into the sand, causing some shaking and some rock impact noises to occur. But just like the rest of the machines, this too falls. Next area is Rig, or the Titanic if you want to be funny about it. It's here where the game introduces another gimmick / hazard, the wind. Large fans are all over the ship that you can either use to reach higher places or get pushed into oblivion. It's around here that the megastructure starts throwing way more environmental hazards in order to stop you. But really, it doesn't work that well. You make your way to the top of the ship and your boss will be this piece of farming equipment. Well, at least it looks like a piece of farming equipment, I don't know. It looks like a tractor, but mutated. Parry its blades, cut its long neck, and like clockwork, slice it down. The main challenge for this stage comes from utilizing the fans to gain enough height to cut it down, which is tricky to do since you don't have great control over your mid-air movement. Next area is Quarry, a literal quarry with a giant excavator Ghost Rider used in that second movie. Here they introduced two new features. The first one are these stationary pieces that look like obsidian that you can move thanks to the help of Orby. They can be used as platforms to climb or to help better with wall running. The second feature is what I like to call enemy hopping. You slice an enemy and immediately jump right after, allowing you to do a kinda pseudo second jump. It's really weird, you're just gonna have to look at the footage here. In my eyes, this is a really cool gimmick because it allows for platforming and parkour to be a lot more fluid, allowing you to keep the flow going even more. Anyway, you reach the excavator and begin your work. This boss gave me some trouble as I had no idea how to really approach it. I mean, look at it. It's freaking huge. You can parry the giant excavator blades, as is expected, and from there begin your ascent to slicing it down. I'm telling you, this thing is huge. Look at this friggin' health bar. This thing is so huge, not only will you probably be dying a lot from falling, but I had to cheese the last bit. Maybe it's because I'm dense as hell and there is a proper way of taking this thing down, but I just couldn't figure out. The second to last area is Desert, which is very fitting as this place is so open and huge with nothing but sand and like 3 buildings. You go into this warehouse building right over here where you're immediately greeted by a death wall chase. You run across and escape through the window and make your way across the desert in order to fight the, Thomas the Tank Engine? No, I'm just kidding. A flying train. Wait, a flying train? Am I saying that right? I am? Okay then. A flying train. This boss is easier compared to the excavator as the real challenge comes from having to board the train. But once you do, you go car by car and finally reach the front of it and cut it down. Finally, the last chapter / area. Ascent. It's a little weird here as P begins talking about her mission and a fate worse than death. She then removes her gloves to reveal some corruption? It's kind of hard to tell since, everything is low poly. But I thought that was mold. Oh god, this is another Resident Evil 7 situation. It could be a burn since she is fighting machines. Who knows? She then says goodbye to Orby as she begins her ascent to kill the Alpha structure. Hey, why are the credits rolling? We still have to kill this thing, right? Wait, the sky isn't the sky? What the hell? Where are we going? What are we doing? A light? Okay, I guess this is where I'm headed. Holy crap, look at that thing! Alright, this is gonna be sweet. I wonder what it is that caused all these machines to go haywire. Alright, well, either way, I'm ready. I've dealt with all your creations, so let's get going.
That's it?
What do you mean that's it? I didn't just climb this gigantic monolith, destroyed several pieces of construction equipment, killed 8 gigantic mechanical abominations, and died
401
times just for you to show me that what was causing all of this, and then have me not fight it. I fell thousands of feet, got crushed, got my body sliced, and you're telling me I can't kill the thing that made me go through all that? You can't tease me like this and expect me to be content with a simple thank you. I want there to be oil spilled, but all I get for my troubles is a simple thank you for playing? How dare you, you stupid motherfucker! It may seem like I'm being harsh on this game, and that I didn't like it, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I actually really genuinely enjoyed my time here. This is a legitimately good game. Let me start off by giving regular studios their flowers and congratulating them on this game. This is a studio consisting of 2 people. 2! And this is their second game. Their second game. You want to see their first game? It was this. So, to go from this to this is incredible. If you haven't been paying attention to the backgrounds like I have, this world is incredible. Sure, it's all empty, run down, and inhabited by machines, but it's still incredible to look at. I'm in constant awe at all of this. The brutalist design of it all gives you a sense of urgency. You're determined to hunt down and destroy whatever is causing all of this. But at the same time, this world is so empty and weirdly designed that you can't help but ask the simple question of, what happened here? Why are the machines sentient? What is it that the organization or Group P works for does exactly? What do they know? What is the Silent War? What is on P's hand? What is going on? We never know. And that's what kills me. This incredibly designed world raises so many questions that we just simply don't get the answer to. Lore implications aside, what we do have here is good stuff. Like I said, the parkour and platforming are incredible. The combat, while barely there, is still good, and I will admit that parrying a giant machine tickles my brain in such a way I never thought possible. Again, for a studio that consists of 2 people, this is incredible. I also want to touch on the music briefly here because I have nowhere else to put it. Composed by one Pizza Hotline, the soundtrack for this game is amazing. It's nice, classic video game drum and bass jungle music. Fitting considering the aesthetic of this game. That being said, it does operate on what I call Sonic Unleashed rules, where the music doesn't begin until you encounter an enemy, then you get to hear the good stuff. It also played in non-enemy areas as well, but that was also a rare occurrence. A good majority of the time you'll just be hearing the environment, P's footsteps, and her breathing. Which kinda sucks because this is a really good fast-paced soundtrack that helps accentuate the fast-paced nature of this game. Oh well. At least you can stream the whole album, so that's a nice touch. This game is a short one, clocking in at roughly 7.5 hours to complete. Maybe less once you figure out how to keep the pace going. And despite the cliffhanger of an ending, at the very least that means there might be a sequel waiting just over the horizon. Who knows, maybe they might want to do something else after this, I'm not sure. Personal gripes aside, like I said, this is a fun game. I never thought combining Mirror's Edge and Shadow of the Colossus would work so well, and yet at the same time, I'm kinda surprised no one has attempted something similar before this. If Motorslice 2 does ever happen in the future, I would maybe like an explanation to some things, not everything. Just some things here and there, and maybe an expansion to the combat. I'm not asking for Devil May Cry, Bayonetta levels of combat, but just something a little more. Because you don't give someone a chainsaw like this and only have 2 swings and a charge. I mean, come on, it's a chainsaw and a sword. A chainsword. But overall, this is still a good game. I would highly recommend you, at the very least, give it a look. Who knows, you might find something here that I didn't. I mean, I certainly did. When I saw the trailers, yeah, I was originally convinced by the cute anime girl that was holding the chainsaw, as were a lot of people apparently. But, just like everyone else, I stayed for the game. So essentially, yes, I came for the anime girl and I stayed for the game. So, hey, they did something right. But, then again, I'm also very easy to please. Well folks, another video successfully completed. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I will say, definitely check this game out. I really want this game to do well. I really want the studio to succeed, because I'm being selfish here and I'm asking for a sequel. Please let that happen, please. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this one really long. I don't really have much to say. Other than, for some reason, my second video is doing really well than my first video. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because my friends brought it up. And it's kind of ironic, but also not ironic, because I put more effort into the first video than I did into the second video. Not to say that the second video was lazily made, it's just, I mean, compare both of them. It's, yeah, whatever. I'm not complaining. I appreciate the traction I'm getting, even if I'm not that big yet. And now look, there's
17.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, thank you for watching. I don't really know what to do for my next video. I'll figure that out eventually. But other than that, thank you for watching. Have a great day. And remember, chainsaws were originally invented as a medical instrument.